everybody, this is Kali Star with Earth Matterz and Soup Sorceress. I'm so happy to be here. I've been away for 2 weeks, at least from video, because 2 weekends ago I was on a nature adventure with no technology. And then last weekend my camera wasn't working. Finally, they figured out that the phone was defective and they sent me another one. So here I am, I'm back. And so happy to be here and share with you some of these vegetables. And also, I really want to share with all of you, I have so much gratitude for every single one of you. Something that I want to tell you that just means so much to us is just some of the little notes that you leave. Sometimes some of you will leave just the sweetest text message or the funniest text message for us. And we all share that with each other on our group chat on WhatsApp. One of the things that we saw this week was this beautiful poem. I would read it to you right now, except that it's on my phone, so I don't really know the poem. And though, if you look on our Instagram, then you can read the poem that one of our customers sent us, and it was just so beautiful. So we also got this really funny text that I just thought was so cute. I mean, we had a really hot weekend, so that means like we could just burn as soon as we walk outside. I mean, it was 105 degrees, I think, on Saturday, or at least that was what it was projected to be, and it felt like 110. However, it was just today and I told everybody in the newsletter, like, it's hot right now, so if your veggies are out for a little bit, don't worry, they're gonna be fine, but put your greens. We only had a couple of greens this week anyway, luckily, but if you had kale, chard, lettuce, to put that in an ice water bath so that it'll perk up and get really juicy, firm, and good before you put it in the refrigerator. I mentioned that in the newsletter, and I just thought it was so adorable. Here's the text. And every time you guys share stuff with us, it just makes me so happy. It's all so beautiful. Now, one of the things that we're going to be doing on the website, and so this is something I want you all to know, we're going to add a calendar of events. You know, we have the kids cooking class on Zoom, and we have a few yoga teachers in our community. I took a yoga session on Zoom with one of our members, and then we also have Beverly, who works with us, who is also an incredible yoga teacher. We're gonna be sharing some of these events on the calendar of when people are doing certain sessions on Zoom, and whatever earth-friendly things that we can share on the calendar, we want to. So please get in touch with me if there's something that you would like to share and that you feel resonates with Earth Matterz. I would really love to share that on our calendar, because this is really a community, and we all want to share with each other things that are good for the earth and good for our health. I just really believe that supporting local, small, organic farms is really going to change the world. It will make healthier soil, it will make a healthier planet, and it makes a healthier us. And so we want our farmers to keep growing. That's so important. So the more care that we're giving to them, and the more love and joy and happy thoughts that we're giving to them, it really does fuel us. You know, when you share something with me, I get to share that with them. It just it makes them so happy. It makes us so happy. We need our farmers. We don't get to do what we're doing in life without the farmers that are feeding us, right? And the farmers that are feeding us happen to be extraordinary. And I'm so happy to be sharing all of this with you. Every single week I think, oh my God, what's gonna happen? Are we gonna get enough vegetables? And we just always pull through, of course. It's been 10 years. I'm literally working directly with them. And sometimes they'll say, oh my God, this crop didn't work out like I thought it would. You know, I mean, it's very different from just buying from a warehouse. Believe me, this is really an adventure. So just in the same way, it's an adventure to open up your CSA bundle. So let's get into that. One of the things that I wanted to share with all of you about my nature trip, I was getting food to me, although I was alone in a cabin, really isolated for 4 days and no technology. And so they would bring food once a day, and it was from their garden, which was amazing. And by the way, I also got to take video in their garden with my kids' cooking class. One of the things that they fed me was some steamed zucchini, big chunks of it, and they poured tahini sauce in. It was like, I think that they made the tahini sauce themselves because it was very thick. You know, usually when you buy them from the store in a bottle, it's a little thinner. This was like gooey, oozy zucchini tahini. It was so good. And I want to share it with all of you because I know that we got to get creative with zucchini at this time of season. I mean, we're definitely going to miss zucchini when it's gone. We're going to be like, oh, I can't get zucchini in the winter. Oh, you know, it's just, that's what happens. So really enjoy it now. But also what happens sometimes in the summer is we start thinking, what else do I do with zucchini? I've had so much zucchini. And, you know, with us, for those of you who don't know, if you're new to us, we don't just get the green zucchini. Actually, it's pretty rare that we get just the green zucchini because I'm always reaching out for what's heirloom, what's interesting, what do you not see at the supermarket, like the starburst squash. One of the other varieties of squash that is incredible that I rarely get to see is Romanesco squash. That one has the best nutty flavor, and they really don't, I've never seen that one at their supermarket because it doesn't yield even half as much as what zucchini yields, and it also doesn't last as long, so they don't put it on the shelf. And it's also one of the most incredible flavors. And wow, we're really missing out, you know, but not us, because we're supporting our local small farms directly, so we get to try those cool things. Anyhow, that's my suggestion this week for zucchini, and I'll have another suggestion next week because they just keep coming. I hope you all try the recipe that's on my website if you haven't already. It's a summer squash sauce that can also be a summer squash soup, and it's really tasty. If you got the herb bags this week and you got some shiso, it's incredible with zucchini when it's pureed. It's just like that. It's so good. It's just, that's how it tastes. That's just what I did right there. So I want to share something with all of you. I think it's really important because not everybody knows this, and it's okay if you don't. It's totally okay, but I'm going to share it with you. With cauliflower, when it's in the field and it's really hot out, the cauliflower will get brown spots. So sometimes people think it's old or there's something wrong with it, and there isn't. It's not a sign that it's older. It's a sign that it got little brown spots in the field. That's it. So if it bothers you, you can shave that off a little bit, and it's fine. I stopped shaving it off because I realized it was fine and I was okay. So, but I used to feel that way. I remember when I used to feel that way, and they are absolutely picking these vegetables for us fresh. You can count on that. Here's the beautiful thing also about supporting small farms is that when they tell me, hey, I have kale and I have chard, I don't have enough for all of your customers, can we do half chard, half kale? Then I say, yes, of course we can. I'm just really happy to support what works for the farms. And I'm thinking about all of you too. I'm thinking, okay, you know, did we have too much of this vegetable recently? Or, you know, believe me, I sit there for a long time really thinking about what we can do and what we should buy from the farms. And I'm also highly considering what is going to work for them. When they tell me, can you please buy this thing? We have so much of it. I really want you to buy it. Then I get to say yes to that. And so I thank you, everyone who's supporting that, because that makes it really great for the farm. I can't even imagine what our farmers in the heat were dealing with. Oh my gosh, I hear it from Jean Etheridge all the time with the fruit. And I am amazed at how incredible these peaches taste. Oh my God, today I was just in peach heaven. And I also made a peach smoothie. I want you all to know this is so important, is that, so this time of season, when you get your peaches and nectarines, you only really want it to have a little bit of give when you squeeze it. Then you know it's ready. don't wait for it to get all the way soft. It's just not the time of season that it will. I think it's towards the end of the season where like they get really soft. This is more like you'll see it when you squeeze it. Some of you may have noticed that if you leave the peaches out for too long, they'll start to wrinkle. That's why it's really important that you check on them when you leave them out on the counter. You check on them to see if they have that little bit of give. That's when you need to put them in the refrigerator. And they're ready. This is Carnival Squash, and it's a great name for a squash like this because it looks like a carnival squash and it's like confetti and it's fun. It looks like you're celebrating some squash. So just like all the other winter squashes, it's funny that we still call them winter squashes because most of the farms have been growing them for the summer now and winter, but anyway, hard squash. Let's call it a hard squash. And what I did is just slice it up and put it in a glass bowl with oil and herbs and onions, and then baked it. Just cut it in half, scoop out the seeds, and then you start cutting it up. Leave the skin on, and then just, you know, bake it like that. Or just go ahead and boil this and then cut it open and spoon out the seeds, and then you can stuff it. There's all kinds of ways to stuff a winter squash. Just use what you have. Use what you want to eat, you know, and just stuff it with that. Some people like quinoa, some people like rice, you know, or whatever vegetables you've got. Bell pepper would be really good with whatever you're going to stuff in there. Or you could stuff a bell pepper. These ones are so beautiful. We had some celery cucumber juice today. And if you don't have a juicer, all you have to do is put it in your blender, put the celery in your blender, and then blend it up, and then put it into a nut milk bag and squeeze that out, and you'll get the juice. You don't actually have to have a juicer to make juice. And another really yummy thing to do with celery is actually celery soup, and just puree celery and carrot together. You can use onion and spices if you want, and of course, you know, cook it in water, then puree it, and it's really strangely good. Like, I didn't realize how good celery soup could be. So this week I decided that I just want to eat steamed vegetables, probably because I had so much bread yesterday, and I'm not saying don't eat bread because our bread is the best ever. I'm just saying I ate kind of a lot of it yesterday because it was so good. And then I decided, okay, I really indulged in that. And I know it's good bread for me. It's, you know, the best grains. It's sourdough. It's incredible, the best. But I also was like, okay, I think it's time for me to just steam vegetables this week. And I won't hold myself to that too much because I could break that rule a little bit, but mostly I'm doing the steaming thing. And so what we did was today we steamed all the vegetables, and then I bought some salad dressing, and that's it. That's my week. It's gonna be so easy. Every time I go to the fridge, there's a vegetable waiting for me, and all I have to do, even if I'm too busy to pour the salad dressing on it, I've got what I need. All I have to do is open a container and eat it. It's so great. So anytime you get a chance to just steam your vegetables and get them ready for the week, it's amazing. We have this incredible Salanova lettuce. Cut the tip just like that, and then they're ready, because look at how the size of the leaf. You can just have the salad like this, and then also just put it in your sandwiches. Speaking of sandwiches, the reason why I went bread crazy yesterday, not only because it's so crazy tasty, is because I make these sandwiches now that are ridiculous. I've been doing these big, thick slices of heirloom tomato, mustard. I put that on the bread, and then I do, actually what I do, and I know I said I was just steaming vegetables right now, but just to make it like kind of taste like a BLT sort of without the bacon, I'll make some big leaves of crispy kale, and I'll bake that. And then I put that on the sandwich, and then I do sauerkraut. And this was homemade sauerkraut using our vegetables. Right, so it was kale, tomato, maybe bell pepper, and sometimes I'll put nutritional yeast, and then I'll put the persimmon vinegar and some olive oil, salt and pepper. The sandwich is out of this world. I've not enjoyed a sandwich so much. Okay, I'm getting super hungry now. Even though it's the middle of the night and I'm making this video, I feel like having some steamed vegetables with tahini sauce. So I'm gonna go do that. I love y'all. I really do appreciate you. Our farmers appreciate you a ton. And I'm just wishing you all the most healthy and magical week. Thank you so much. Take care.